Hi there and welcome back. Out there are hundreds of different productivity hacks, and today I want to share 4 very simple ones that helped me increase my productivity. Let's get right into it. Rule number 1, and probably the most effective rule, is to write down the tasks the day before. I prefer to do that in my journal, and I simply write down everything that is important that I have to do tomorrow. They do not really need to be ordered or categorized in priority. It's just important that they are written down. So when you wake up the next day and you take a look at your notes, you know exactly what you have to do. And I prefer to do that in my journal because then it's kind of like an accountability partner for me. It's stuck there, I cannot erase it, and the next day I have to tackle it. The second rule is to reflect every day on the past day. You can do this in the evening before going to bed or at the next day in the morning. I like to do this in the evening before going to bed as my thoughts are still fresh and I remember everything. This step is crucial when it comes to improving your productivity and finding flaws in your system, as these small improvements have a compounding effect that is just huge. This can be simple things like prepping your clothes for the next day in your bathroom, prepping your breakfast for the next day, or charging all batteries before you start filming. For that, I like to answer 3 simple questions. What did I learn? What can I improve? And what am I grateful for? Do not overlook this step, as constantly improving your routine and your productivity is crucial. Rule number 3 I overlooked for a long time, and that is to stay in the flow. What do I mean by that? First, when I came home from my 9 to 5, I just wanted to relax. I sat on the couch, watched a YouTube video or 2, and then time passed by. It got harder to start working again because I took a break. However, if I would have came home from my 9 to 5 already being in the flow and directly starting working, for example, on personal project or chores, I would have stayed in the flow and the transition would have been a lot more seamless. Plus, once I would have finished all tasks, I can sit down, relax and do whatever I want. Additionally, and this is kind of bonus rule but is around the same thing, I do not plan for breaks anymore. And I've tried many different tactics, also the technique called Pomodoro, which basically splits your work into 25-minute work sessions with breaks in between. However, I had a big issue with that, as with 25 minutes there was never enough time for me to get into the flow state. That's simply a state where you're super productive and you get like a tunnel vision. But I never got there because 25 minutes were too short. That's why I stopped planning for breaks and I just work. My body will tell me when I need a break. When I'm struggling, when I'm feeling frustrated, anything like that, I will take a break, or of course if I finish one task and switch to the next one. Rule number 4, you have to understand that not every day is the best day for certain tasks. So consider your environment. For example, I do YouTube videos, obviously, but I like to film, for example, when I'm completely alone in the apartment. That means when my wife is at work. So there are only certain days where I have this opportunity. But then I plan for it. Same can be for you. If you want to work out, is it best to work out in the morning or in the evening? What are the benefits of both? I'm actually experimenting with this myself. Previously, I always worked out in the morning, but now I'm kind of shifting it to the evening. So do experiment with doing tasks in certain days and experimenting with shifting them around. You will learn how, when, what works best. So these were my 4 simple rules when it comes to productivity, which I live by every single week. Let me know if you have any additional tips down below. And with that being said, thank you so much for watching and have a great one.